And the Huffington Post taking another jab at Donald Trump after removing him from its political page. The left-leaning site is lobbying the GOP to drop him from Thursday's debate. In an op-ed, Jonathan Funke, a Republican, writes Trump is not worthy and the RNC should exercise some discretion and insists that Fox News and CNN exclude this opportunistic parasite, he says, from the free ride he seeks from the party he so plainly despises. They should bar him from next week's debate. Here to have their own debate and react, National Review opinion editor Patrick Brennan and Nomiki Konst, founder of the Accountability Project. Good morning. Thanks for being here. Good morning. Patrick, what do you think about this for a website, a news site to say, first of all, we're not going to consider a major Republican presidential candidate, someone who's in politics. We're going to put him on our entertainment page, and now saying he should be booted from the debate.
Yeah, well, it's even more of a stretch for them to suggest then that the Republican Party switch up the rules that they've already set out and ignore those rules in an effort to get rid of Trump. And so, look, it's perfectly reasonable for Republicans to be concerned, to be annoyed by Trump's role in the debate right now. But they can't do an end run around him. They need to get him. They need to beat him on the terms that they've set out.
Well, let's take a quick look at the polls as we get to Nomiki. Real Clear Politics average right now: Trump at 20.8%, Walker 13.7%. You see Bush 12.2%, Rubio 6.8%, Huckabee, Carson in the 6s, Paul Cruz in the 5s. Kasich just got in late. He's at 3.5, Christie at 3. First of all, when someone's at the top of those polls, we can't just base it on polls, but when someone's at the top of the polls, they should be treated seriously, first of all. And as journalists, aren't we supposed to just be scrutinizing them rather than saying they should be in or out?
Absolutely. I think there's a question of journalistic integrity here of Huffington Post. I mean, we get it. We don't like them. And I think that they're also trying to get attention to themselves, just as the networks. I mean, it's in the network's best interest right now to have the best, most lively debate. And Donald Trump, we may find him amusing and comical, but he is a real candidate. He's raised or has real money. He has an audience, and he's getting the most attention. Now, the real question is he going to be able to actually produce results in these primary states? And right now, he's polling pretty well in Iowa, which was a big surprise to everybody. Can he get the operation going? Is it going to actually make a difference? You know, as the election goes on, we'll see. But for now, he's a real candidate.
And Patrick, what do you think about the key to the debate in terms of making sure it's not just a reality show? How do you think the focus will be in terms of getting not just Donald Trump, but the others to explain their policy positions?
Well, that's something that a lot of the candidates are thinking pretty hard about, and they're a little worried about what Trump's role is going to be. And I think at this point, nobody has any idea what he's going to do out there.
Nomiki, when you see Donald Trump, he goes to his golf course to celebrate the Women's British Open, major tournament, and maybe take a little breather, but then he's going to come right back. But basically says he's not prepping.
Right.
This is someone who's chucked out the script from the beginning. People have laughed him off, but chucking out the script has worked.
He knows his brand. If you go back and you look at Donald Trump, since like the 70s, this is a man who speaks from the gut, and he's not gonna switch from that brand to another brand overnight. I have no doubt he's preparing because he has to look good on stage in front of 16 or 10 other candidates.
It seems to me what you're getting at too is authenticity.
Yes.
Whether you like him or not, you have to admit this is who he is, and people respond to that.
Right, and I think it actually works in favor of the RNC right now, the Republicans, to keep him in the race. If you know, I'm on the left, so we believe that the Republicans want a strong, moderate, right-leaning, moderate candidate. I think that this will split up the primary voters who tend to be a little bit further to the right, and it'll bring them out to vote while making the sane person on stage look even more sane.
What do you think will be the two top keys to this debate then?
So I think it's important for people to figure out just how to handle Trump, but to respond to the kind of things that Trump is getting voters to care about. So there's something that's missing here. That Republican voters are angry, and candidates need to figure out a way to exploit that and to draw that away from Trump, but also a way to have policies that are going to respond to that.
Meaning again, Trump may be the center of attention. Either way.
Right.
Good to see you both. Patrick, Nomiki, thanks for joining us this morning.